Alrighty, I think we're good to get ourselves going, I think. Alright, good evening, everyone. It's 5 p.m. here in Chicago. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy. And we've got another match coming up. We just saw a couple hours ago the Division 2 fall in their first match of the season in the CSL Star League against Indiana University Bloomington. Now we are looking at the Division 3 team as they take on Depaul University right here in Chicago, the Depaul Blue Demons 3, their third team, I suppose. I think there were a couple of issues happening with League and Discord for a little bit, but I think we are now getting ourselves into the pick and ban. So for those that are new, welcome to the stream. And new to League. The way that this phase works out is that there's a first phase of bans, then a first round of picks, followed by a second phase of bans, and second round of picks. IIT looking like they're going to be on the blue side here for game one. This will be a best of 3 match. The unique thing that we have going on here for the Gold League is that all of these players, in order to be eligible for this league, they have to be gold or below. So this helps round out the competitive integrity so that these lower ranked teams can still have a competitive environment, not just get smashed by diamond teams all day. But yeah, as we have a final ban for IIT, we've got the Jin and Lux taken out, looking like they're focusing on a bot lane here. Darius Brand taken out here for Depaul, looking like the J Mars here, as both sides are in LCS order, going to be taking away that Darius. The Renekton going to be finished off here with IIT, so not looking like they're focusing maybe necessarily towards a particular role, just taking out the maybe the one tricks from the Gold League. So, yeah, looking like the last ban for Depaul coming in through, waiting until the last second, gonna be the Vayne. So, 2 marksmen already taken out, 2 mid or supports with the Brandon Lux. Now we're taken into the first pick phase. Pantheon going to be first picked here, so. Looking like J Mars is going to be putting that onto the top lane, potentially jungle as well. Sion being hovered now here for Depaul, Aatrox as well, but we'll hopefully see what the lock will be shortly. And yeah, while we get ourselves situated, just a little bit of history that we know going on with the Division 3 team. They are, this year, their roster is led by their captain, Pirate Windows, also playing in the team as well as their bottom. And so this will actually be his second year leading the team. He was also the captain for his first semester as well, so he's taken a comfortable spot with having that year of experience of managing and leading a team. So hopefully we'll see the improvements that he's been able to make with his roster. A couple of other members here are also veteran players that have played. J Mars was also part of the Division 3 team last year. I believe Orima in the jungle here, taking the Zac, was also a member. Despirogi, I believe, is actually a new pick for the Hawks, but don't quote me on that. I can actually offer a little bit of background. Let me see. Yeah, Despirogi was also a member last year, Pirate Windows, and then Wicked Scotty actually was a Division 2 member in the last 2018-2019 academic year, but just with the influx of new players coming in, a pretty high ranking of students coming in this year, it's a lot of changes happening all across the board. The Yumi, though, going to be picked here for IIT, so looking like they're going to be pushing that into the support. So leaving the marksman open here for the second round of bans. Meanwhile, DePaul, we've got Mordekaiser, Warwick, Rise, and looking like they're just picking an LCS order, so their bot lane is open as well. So we're going to likely see within these next 4 bans a lot more marksmen and possibly some supports as well, maybe that IIT doesn't want to deal with. Kale going to be taken out, looking like Interesting pick. I don't know if that was maybe focused towards the Kale mid. They didn't want to have the option for. Another marksman going to be taken out here with the Twitch. One more ban left for Depaul here. And I think you mentioned, yeah, so Rise looking like it's going to be used in the mid lane here for us. But when you're looking at IIT, you know, having the flexibility to leave their mid lane and ADC open, that's going to have that mid priority there with the Zed ban coming out. So I think that's now the second time I've seen today that we've seen the Zed ban. So AD Assassins not going to be something that Paul wants to be dealing with, it looks like. Last ban here with J Mars. And yeah, so just a bottom and a support, and that'll be the support with the Thresh being taken off the map. And so yeah, looking like Paul's going to be trying something a pretty traditional marksman comp here, taking a Sivir to prevent, you know, Zac E ganks, so avoid with the spell shield to be able to avoid the knockup. Yuumi also extremely aggressive with all of her homing Qs. That'll definitely help to have a spell shield at the ready. Couple seconds left for these picks here. Pirate Window's going to be looking like he's locking in the Jinx. And so hyper carry aggression's going to be, in the late game, going to be a complete monster if IIT is able to get to that point. And then, so yeah, I think we just have the mid lane left for IIT here. Wicked Scotty going to be going with, looking like we're hovering at the Orianna. And that's going to be affirmative. So taking that into consideration, all Depaul's got left is their support. And I don't know if it's just unique that they are only picking their own champions. They don't want to bother with roster switches or not, but hey, I mean, that's all good. Looking like it's actually is going to just be Depaul picking in their LCS order accordingly. Zyra supports Sivir Zyra, going to be providing a lot of harass, but you know, it's all going to be focused on Jinx with Yuumi attached to her. You know, all she can be able to really do is kind of speed up or heal up the Jinx. So if Zyra gets those E's caught onto the Jinx, she's going to be in a really tough spot. That damage harass is going to be lethal, especially if Sivir throws out her Q, and it's going to be able to get that, you know, wombo damage. I think things we'll want to be definitely watching out for will be, yeah, the level 3 gank opportunity for Warwick and Zac. I believe Warwick will be having the faster clear, but Zac with his E able to take him all across the map should be able to be pretty useful in the blue side here for ganks to help out the top lane in particular if the Mordekaiser's pushing. So we're going to be taken to a quick break as we wait for the spectator delay to expire. So until then, everyone, definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, but we'll be back to report as we get ourselves loaded up into Rift. So see you guys in just a bit. Alright, just a couple more seconds until we load onto the Rift. Give me a quick second, actually. I'm going to change this logo. I got a new one from Depaul. Nice. Yay. No annoying background. So IIT is going to be actually onto the blue side for this map, so just going to quickly move up my logos just a bit. And I think we're good to get started. Lobby title, opponent logos, tech scores. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so IIT blue side, the Yumi, not needing the flash, is going to equip herself with the exhaust and ignite. TP there for the Orianna, same with the Rise. It's going to allow them to maybe look for a lot of movement around the map for those team fights. Both junglers putting their flash on F, but I am a strong approver of having the flash on the lash. The D. Flash on D is always the way to go. But Pantheon, though, J-Mar is going to actually see the discrepancy there with the Ignite, looking like he's going to be committing for that level 1 gank. So if Depaul's keeping that in track for that 3-minute gank opportunity, that's going to be important to watch out to see if they can try to negate Pantheon from having as much mobility. But with his ult in mind, pre-level 6, that's where they're going to have to hit him the hardest, especially with all of the changes that have been happening to him. I don't know that this Pantheon skin exists. So, cool story. Yeah, as just waiting for the game to load up here. Other thoughts that I'm having right now. I think it's going to be really largely like it's all going to be a lot of poke from Depaul with the Zyra, with the Sivir, but they have that wave clear ability. IIT with a strong engage with the Zac, if the Yumi's able to link up with him to get that ult, that's going to be providing a lot of harass all over the map. So very skirmishy fight comp that IIT's put together, a lot of engage and disengage potential, whereas Depaul is going to be able to, if they're able to set up camp, able to keep themselves as a 5 unit, not get broken up by Zac ult. They're looking also to, that'll be taking the fights to their advantage as well. Loading up into the Rift shortly. A lot of delays happening today with the clan, I think. It's largely, I blame the 10-year anniversary, as we'll see all of the sparkles and animations coming through. But as we load up into the Rift, gonna just see what these what both sides are going to opt to do. Looking for any invade opportunities. It's risky with Zyra with her E, looking like looking like the loading screen delay was due to someone actually not logging on, being able to actually get into the screen. Pirate window is actually going to be facing some technical issues, and this is just always going to be a thing that happens in collegiate. So for those of you that are new to watching streaming in the collegiate, I've in my like 3-4 years that I've played or coached, it's like I've had DCs, I've had people having an issue with their internet back at home, not just, or having issues in the esports center. All of those will happen, but who knows? We'll have to see. A lot of stuff happening right now with Riot Games, particularly with their 10-year anniversary, announcing a ton of new games coming up in the next few months, next few years. Legends of Runeterra already kind of in that beta phase, so if you follow those popular streamers, you're definitely going to be able to see some of that gameplay. But enough speculation. We've got the both members just staying in behind their river. Actually, conservative ward being put there from the from Zyra? No, Jinx. Making sure that they can make sure prevent any chance of a early invade. But an interesting strat that I saw earlier in when I was casting Division 2 games was actually jungler would equip their warding totem, place it down on the map like really early, and then go for an early back to grab sweeping lens. And so that's I think that was like really cool to see, just like how you can have the ward there in case of you know, early jungle invade, but then you have the lens with you right after, you know, to scan out vision for ganks early as well, because that timing reset will be fine as the junglers go for their early camps. But looking like we're going with a pretty standard approach here. We're going to be going both junglers starting off their clears onto the bottom side. Nothing too much to report. Depaul going to be leaving through the through both sides. Both teams going to be leaving through the river. Jinx gonna be able to get the first 3 minions, so already at the CS advantage. Good start there from the Hawks. Yuumi sending a little bit of harass there with an auto. Oh, game lag. No, nothing happened. Level 2 already there in Ori's favor. She's going to be able to lay some damage there onto the Rise, preventing that level 2. And yeah, Rise is just like 1 or 2 minions away. It's already going to have to make sure that he tries to CS this wave correctly. Level 2, though, going to be happening here for the Hawks. Happening for, for the Blue Demons for Depaul first. And IIT quick to respect that, especially with that Zyra harass. She's already going to, if she did it right, she would have done QE first. No, actually, she did WE first. Interesting. Okay, so looking like they want to be looking to get that CC lock up first. I think I normally see Q and then E, but the E not going to be connecting. It's going to be getting a little bit of gold there. J-Mars, though, looking for a little bit of back and forth against the Mordekaiser. I swore I saw someone in chat, Nightwind, being a huge fan of Mordekaiser himself. No, excuse me, before I go to that, though. Finally, the E is successful. It's going to be chunking down Pirate significantly. Going to have him already use a pot. Sivir finally popping her own as well, but I think she'll be okay. Warwick, though, finishing up his scuttle. Orima's going to spot him, already going to be able to contest. Warwick will finish it off with the smite to secure it. A little bit more of Zyra harass, though. Going to be netting a little bit of gold in her favor, though. Yeah, if we see CS-wise, both sides are pretty even, so looking like a really good matchup between both sides to see who's going to be taking that advantage. But again, as we're reaching that 3-minute mark, looking like Zac, after the top clear, just going to go to Krugs, get the most XP out of that camp. And as Depaul is pushing their way into here, this might be setting up a prime opportunity for a first level gank. Ward is shown here at the Tribush here, so gonna have to see if we catch it out. A second scuttle here going to be going into Warwick. That's going to be having him already a little bit ahead in terms of XP against the Zac. We mentioned earlier the faster clear is going to be working out in that advantage. He's going to be going in for his first back, though. Still a lot of harass there from Zyra. Yuumi helping out where she can as well. Taking a quick look from my camera. They said they want to go back here. Mordekaiser able to bring back the Pantheon, thankfully not taking a tower shot, but looking like he's going to go for his first back. Cloth armor being the first item for the Mord to prevent against the for the Mordekaiser, prevent just some of that damage. Control ward here, clear from the Zac's going to be able to keep Depaul on the back seat of this, making sure that they don't want to actually commit themselves. But again, Warwick taking the 2 of those scuttles is going to be putting him a little bit ahead of the game in terms of keeping up. So with the first back, 2 longswords actually for the Warwick. Keep that in mind. Yuumi, after putting in Tribush ward, is back here to help out her laner. And yeah, Ori going to be going for her first back. Looking like she's going to be getting just a Sapphire Crystal and boots for the first back. So just giving her some of that sustain that she's going to need, though. Not too much to report. The earlier the ward bush plant going to be able to spot out the ward, so we're going to make quick work of it. Zyra now taking off the control ward. IIT still having to play really on the back line here. Another little bit of harass, looking like they're committing for a 1v1 battle here. Pantheon E gonna help a little bit. but looking like Mordekaiser still coming out on top of that trade. Zacto here, ready for a gank. If he hits that plant, he is going to be spotted by that control ward. Do they want to commit for it? He's not the tankiest. Warwick will definitely win in that engage. Warwick here now to being shown. Honeyfruit going to help out a little bit. Back here into the bot lane, we actually see Desire being taken dangerously low. IIT looking like they might want to go for it with an Ignite. Possible. It is going to be, but Yuumi unfortunately not able to actually follow up. Don't think she has the range, especially not having Flash available. It's going to make that Desire pretty worried. So lane advantage here in a 1v2 well, 2v1 situation, I guess, kind of, if you think about it with Yuumi. It's like 1.5 versus 1. But Zyra with full mana, still level 5. She's actually maxing level. She's actually maxing E first. Interesting. I thought usually you go Q. I haven't played Zyra in so long in support. Maybe though. I'm just out of it. Second red is gonna spawn and be taken by the Zac. He's gonna be able to see that control ward, gonna start clearing it up. They spot him out, and yeah, level 6 should be going to Warwick with one more camp, I believe. And same with the Rise. He's gonna be stretching out the E. No members there to help out though. And so yeah, this is all gonna be about the timing. Zac's probably gonna be backing to look for the Cinder Hulk buy. But yeah, both sides, no kills yet. J Mars is showing a CS lead here. And yeah, the harass from Desire Sivir lets the Sivir be able to CS pretty safely, especially with her wave clear potential. So first back, Pirate going to be going with the BF. Sivir with just a little bit enough of gold to push her in the lead to get the boots. Yuumi E not going to be connecting, but IIT looking like they're confident maybe to start looking for some more poke, especially Dark Seal there for the Yuumi as well. Interesting. So maybe it's going to be the level 6 that we're going to be looking for the first fight. Looking like both sides don't really want to be committing for anything hard. If they keep in mind the Desire Flash, that'll work in their favor. Spell Shield busted out here for Sivir. She's going to take a decent amount of damage. They're split. IIT looking for their first engage. IIT looking like they're a little bit worse for wear. Warwick actually here on the near the bot, and that cursor should show up for IIT that they know something is up. A little bit more back and forth there for the top lane. Wet noodle fight. But looking like Zac's going to be committing for his first gank of the day. He's going to be able to land and knock up IIT. He's going to be Mord's going to be taking him straight to that Death Realm, but he's level 6. He's going to have a lot of knock up. He has the passive. This is a 2v1 situation. Full mana. Keep on going, but the Warwick's going to be actually getting the first kill. We'll go back to that. And I think he's going to be able to walk out just fine. He's committing a lot for this. He's committing a lot for this. The E not going to land, but this is a dangerous situation. It's going to land the kill there on the Mordecai, on the Zac with the passive. He's not going to be there. He's going to flash for the bring him actually right into Mord's face, but it's a lot of kills falling into Depaul's favor as yeah, unfortunately IIT unable to coordinate the dive correctly. Pantheon taking a lot of damage with it, getting pulled into it, and yeah, not being patient, unfortunately. Taking a quick check back to the first blood though, we see the Warwick hovering here near the Raptors. Rise just able to get the chain. Nice ult there, plus the fear is going to push her just a little bit forth. One more tower shot would have done it, but I digress. Couple kills coming off in Depaul's favor. Why is it like this? Oh my god, I think it bugged on me. I think it actually bugged on me. Oh my god. Wait, help. Send help, please. Can't take this. How am I supposed to see the map like this now? I'm tilted. Alright, well, we'll try to see if I can fix it later on. For now, Jinx being taken super low, having to force the Yuumi to ult, but no damage going to come through. She's going to be taken super low. Jinx with her heal available, though. IIT, though, still healthy enough to... Depaul still, though, healthy enough. The TP coming in from the Ori Not going to be getting any kills. One more auto will do it, forcing the heal. Jinx rocket follow-up is going to be there to help out, though, to finish off the Zyra. But in the meantime, Rise now looking like he wants to complete getting a 3-man kill. 3 flashes available. Good use of the exhaust. The dive actually not going to follow through. Going to be getting the fear onto the Jinx. Forces her flash out. Just a little bit of more damage can do it, but that Rise is dangerous. Alright. I need to take it back to, like, the game where this is, like... Sorry, I just don't think I can cast properly with this Mordekaiser ult, because this is actually impossible to, like, see the map properly. I don't think I can do anything about it, so I apologize for... Oh, nope, we're back. Yay! Alright. I will never look at Mordekaiser again. I'm sorry, chat, but, yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Alright, so we see the Jinx had to force her flash. She used her heal, but she was able to get the kill on the Sivir with a rocket all the way across the lane. We see Mordekaiser in the Spirit Realm again, but they're looking at the 1v1. Nice sidestep, but I think that's just going to be preemptive for 1 or 2 more ults. Oh, wait a second. He's going to force a flash. Oh, no, he might actually be able to walk out. Getting to stun, but I think he's going to be able to walk right out, unfortunately. That's unlucky for sure. But Zach trying to do what he can, but that's going to be Rift Herald that he's actually going to be able to get. So, not a bad trade-off. He is able to at least get the Herald off, but meanwhile, yeah, IIT at a slight disadvantage here. E from Zyra at max level was already able to take Jinx about like a quarter of her health. She's not having any help from the Yuumi yet. She's going to need some soon. Doesn't look like they're ready for any sort of engage yet, though. She's going to be able to land a decent chunk of damage, but that Zyra harass is being so annoying there for IIT in the bot lane. Yeah, taking a look at the quick look at the gold. Yeah, 700, no, 400 there for the Mordekaiser. But just as I said something, we saw a 1v1 happening between, and looking like Pantheon going with his Ignite here, even with no ult there for the Mordekaiser, is going to just be making short work of him. So, well played from J Mars there in the 1v1 situation, even with that deficit. Zach going to be looking for something of his own. He's going to be landing the knockup, but it's a wet doodle. It's a wet Zach slap. Not going to be doing too much against him. Going to be important to make sure that, yeah, IIT is going to be able to keep up with the Warwick. He's going to hit level 9 just as he finishes off these Krugs. Zach going to be almost 2 levels behind now, as they're still showing around the map. He's going to actually be putting the Rift Herald down. No TP for the Mordekaiser is going to be, meaning that Warwick is going to be the only one here to stop that. That's going to be turret plating still up, so that's going to be a decent amount of gold there going in IIT's favor. I don't think they want to be coordinating a dive, though. That Warwick is 2 levels ahead. He's going to be definitely potent in team fights. Rise showing himself, looking like they wanted to go for maybe an engage, but no more follow-up from that. Yeah, we're seeing these small leads start to creep up, so yeah, just all of that Zyra harass has led to a 20 CS lead there for the Sivir, and so it's going to be important for sure that you know, we knew it was coming. You know, Jinx for her, it's the hyper carry late game, and Sivir will just always be with Zyra will just never be touched on unless IIT goes for like a 3-4 man. Yeah, to the point that they can't even go into their tri-bush without getting harassed. 5 plants up there for the Zyra. But a Jinx ultimate against that Zyra and maybe a Yuumi Ignite commitment would be able to get a kill. They're not looking like they want to commit, though. Meanwhile, Zach going to be showing up for a gank. Is going to actually let the Warwick take the red buff by himself. IIT doesn't look like they actually are aware of this, unfortunately. So that's going to be Zach without his red buff, not going to be able to help him too much. But Cinderhulk will be able to still help him get some clear. A lot of commitment there for the Yuumi, but looking like they want to move forward. A lot of that harass. The exhaust going to be going in for a Sivir. They are looking like they want to go for the dive, flashing in for the Warwick. He's going to be able to not get that fear. The seedlings are taking so much damage in there. IIT, both ADC super low won't be able to participate in the fight anymore for sure. Zach, no more turret plating available for either side though. Zach going in for gank, not going to be able to do much there. He should have passive back up, I believe. Yeah. So he's got that back. Ori though, roaming down here on the bot side, not really going to be able to gain much from that, unfortunately. He's going to have to go straight back to mid if he wants to be able to keep his tower up. No towers falling yet. 4k gold lead at the 15-minute mark here for Depaul. Forcing the flash out for the Rise. Nice Panth ult there is going to help with that Summoner spell. Going to have to make sure that we try to see if that Zac can turn on soon to make sure that he's that ever-large presence that they need for gank potential. Mordekaiser going to be able to get a couple hits off of the turret, but looking like Pantheon's in the driver's seat again in this 1v1 matchup without the Warwick. So another dragon spawning though, and this is a lonely Jinx, unfortunately. So Trap's gonna fall through. I'm gonna have to make the Warwick fall all the way around, and Jinx level 2 boots, but why does she keep blinking? Is that the Warwick thing? Gonna finally fall. 4-man bot. Yeah, not sure about Wicked Scotty with this roam. I'm not sure if they're trying to commit for rotation to go, you know, Pantheon go bot, but I mean, at this point, it seems like IIT is not sure what they want to be doing, so they yield all control up to the bot side, giving a dragon, giving a turret, looking like they want to be committing for this Mordekaiser. But Mordekaiser with his ult up, it's going to be dangerous. I mean, if Yumi's spotted alone, she's going to be pummeled. Orima responding with his own invade, taking the red buff away. But yeah, in terms of map control, not sure what IIT wants to be committing. Yumi's going to be losing out so much XP right here without being able to take anything. 1v1 going to be starting here. The claw not going to be landing onto it, but he's taken straight to the Spirit Realm. It's just going to be it's going to be a flash actually being used for the Mordekaiser. Nice stun there is going to leave the timer, leave him back up. They are committing for this 3v1. Ignite going to be used for the safety. He's going to fall down, but in the meantime, Warwick just waiting in bush. Lol. No, I think they're actually going to commit for the dive pretty soon. What the? Oh, good God. So that's going to be taking Warwick's into his mode that he can look for a kill. Nice knock up there. Nice ult there as well. Well coordinated there from the Hawks to be able to get it. They're going to be able to get a kill, leaving the Jinx on her lonesome. But at this point, I think the Hawks had determined that, you know what, like, we can't do anything against that. Yumi, I can't do anything against that without committing as hard. That's going to be a tower in response, though. So, IIT taking their first tower of the game, sending out a W to stop her. So, roam from Yumi works out in the end. She's, is going to be about 3/4 the level behind, though, unfortunately. But, even with the solo XP, Jinx is gonna still just be about even with the Sivir, so sending out whatever vision that they can to take back through the bot side. I don't think they're gonna be able to stay much longer past this wave, though. So hopefully Jinx with this back gonna have IE available. Still keeping the CS lead about even, like 15, 13, 14 CS behind, not too bad. Hold on, 1v1. Here we go. Mordekaiser not going to be landing a lot of abilities he needs. Pantheon Q being deadly. It's up again. His W is up as well, but in this 1v2, he's going to commit for it. The shield not going to be able to help out. Take it to the Spirit Realm. Not going to be able to do much. Warwick with the dive of his own. Going to be getting the knock up onto the Warwick. Some damage falling through, but that's going to be putting a Mordekaiser right in the front of their faces. One more ability should do it, forcing the TP from the Rise. Looking like IIT probably just wants to get out of this fight, but there is a tower up. Meanwhile, in the 2v2, both members at full health. And here's the important thing about the Zyra matchup, right? It's the way I play her, or the way I play against her is like, think of it like play against a brand. Like, after her abilities, she's near dead useless. So if she's not able to land stuff, if she doesn't have like her seedlings up, that's a time when you can go in. So, you know, we've seen once or twice IIT take her pretty low, but it's just the It's just that all-in capability that that Depaul has with that is something that IIT is still being wary of. So looking like IIT, you know, is okay. They're okay keeping the pace of the game where they are right now. You know, we're not seeing like 2 or 3 level, level 2 or 3 level discrepancies here. It's mostly just 1 or 2. So keeping the gold lead only at 3k in 20 minutes. IIT definitely still has a chance to back up here. He's going to walk right into the Zyra, though. No vision here. E is up. Going to be forcing the flash out. Ult from Zyra is going to be able to get the root. And IIT looking like they might be able to walk out of this. One more Yumi Q will probably deter it for sure, though. Yep, there it goes. So you've got the Mordekaiser coming in through the tri-bush, looking to still want to fight. And yeah, it's forcing the Jinx to come out of here. She's got the flash available. The TP coming in from Orianna just to hold anyone at bay. So summoner, couple of summoners burned. Flash for Zyra, TP for Orianna. But what do the Hawks want to commit now? Because that leaves Ryze alone to farm out this tier 2 mid turret. Jinx alone on herself. Pantheon with his ult available. Looks like he wants to do something, but the Hawks are pretty scatterbrained here. Looking like they just want to be trying to take whatever control that they can around the map. That's a lonely Yumi walking right up to a cat, but a little bit of a debate there with the Warwick. The slow there going to falling into place. IIT ready to converge. A nice ult to keep the Jinx in place. She's going to be taken super low. Not sure she'll be able to keep up with it. In the 1v1, she's going to be left alone. IIT, Depaul going to have to flash. Only to Pantheon with the damage. Zach 1 auto away. He has his passive available, though. 2 kills going in here from Pantheon, forcing the Ori to flash. Zach's going to commit with it with his passive. 2v1 opportunity here with the Sivir. Going to be one more Q. Can he land it? Nice auto there. Orianna, though, going to be taking right into her shield. A slow fight, but finally falling to the Hawks' favor. But meanwhile, Ryze just constantly pushing. He's going to be... yeah, now with a 40 CS lead, 1.5k gold. Let's take a quick rewind, actually, just to go over the map fight. Yeah, so we saw earlier, Mordekaiser takes the ult here, keeps the Jinx completely off base. They're just like, you know what, forget about her. We can't wait for her. Let's press our advantage here. Leave her to die. Pantheon getting the nice finish off here to the Zyra. That's crucial, especially in these kind of scattered fights, so you don't have the seedlings available. Nice Q there from the Pantheon. Forces to flash out. Sacrifices himself for it. So just splitting the Depaul members into fights is what's going to be able to take the lead. Again, we mentioned it before, that Death Ball comp that you're going to have available with just like playing around just this 5-man comp is what's going to be letting Depaul win. But IIT with skirmishes with these fights all over the map are going to be what lets them take it. And with the Dragon quickly respawning, just going to go through a quick fast forward here. They're going to be able to secure that mountain. Ryze looking like he wants to go for his inhib turret. Going to be actually getting the trap on there, but no, nothing more than that. So finally taking down. Looks like we're going to be able to get the scuttle. Just going to keep fast forwarding, and with that fight actually, getting some bounties as well. Mordekaiser able to get Mordekaiser giving the Orianna 150 gold. Luden's now completed as been completed I think for a while now actually for the Orianna, but this is now a 2-item Ryze with the large rod. He's going to be doing a ton of damage in 1v1 situations, though. J-Mars trying to put what vision that they can around Baron. Depaul wanting to be setting themselves around it. IIT, though, not really here to respond yet. Zach gonna just be finally coming out of base. This is all about kind of this cat and mouse NA ARAM games now, though, seeing whoever gets caught out first. Just fast forward myself so I keep up to base, because if I play it at its own pace, I'll lose the invite for their match 2. So apologies. Nothing too exciting though, this is just map dominance being fought out right here. Mordekaiser doing his own, trying to force the members of IIT to respond. If they do it, that's going to be a free Baron though. And that's what's going to happen. IIT commits for this Mordekaiser. He's going to force his flash, but Depaul will respond with the Baron play now. So Baron push, what do they have available? So only 2 tier 2s available. IIT going to finally be getting the tier 1 bot, but only 2 turrets available. Not going to really be able to do much here more. Baron empowered minions going to be probably forcing themselves through the mid lane. Next, But keeping on track of our summoners, Pantheon and Zac with their flashes available are going to be definitely important in terms of if they can spot any members out, get in and get out of these fights fast is what's going to be having to be the winning condition. Zac finally starting to build a little bit of MR, looking like we might be seeing the Spirit's Visage come out. Warmog's gonna help him a little bit in terms of health regen. But Depaul going now for the 1-3-1 approach. All of the camps pretty much cleared out from IIT's side, so now is just lasting against that siege potential. IIT needs to be making sure that they commit themselves for these plays because they're going to be happening from all fronts. Zac just sending out a little bit. One more wave will do it, and IIT needs to commit, otherwise they are at risk for losing these towers. And we see the Pantheon commit himself. The ult going to knock out several members for IIT, but Zac all the way right there, forcing the Rise to TP, so looking like they want to commit. However, Mord going in for his own fight is going to be leaving the Jinx all on her lonesome. Again, IIT has Jinx's number committed for this, and unfortunately, that AP damage is going to be 2 kills now for this power play for the Hawks. Zac going to be taken all the way, having to walk himself back to base, and that's going to be likely 2 inhib turrets, likely maybe even 2 or 3 inhibs. Sivir is going to be pushing it out. A Baron buff still up here for about only 2/3 gone. So how quickly that Baron push was, and how quickly that Baron lead was able to net them that much gold. That's 3 towers, 3 inhibs falling, and IIT now, even with the kill count being even, gets their base completely opened up, unfortunately. And so, yeah, that's tough, definitely for sure, to be able to come back from that. Jinx just constantly being targeted by that Mordekaiser. But IIT they are committing for that backline, leaving that Jinx exposed, and unfortunately, you know, unless we get to that late game, where Jinx is going to have 2 or 3 items to be lethal in a fight against Mordekaiser 1v1, we're not going to be seeing much luck. You know, I think almost 2 or 3 of those kills are just purely just due to Borg. You know, Ryze, even without kills, is still just with a 2.5k gold lead on the against Ori, is going to be able to dominate a fight on his own as well. So yeah, unfortunately, it's they're trying to put their resources onto the Pantheon for those 1v1 engages, for that to be able to have that access to that backline, but I don't think it's enough, unfortunately, with just IIT committing so many resources on certain members, just committing it just for the Mordekaiser. Not really addressing the Ryze split push is starting to kind of pay its dividends here, as they slowly make their way into the base. Minions are a little bit offset from each other, so they won't be able to push them all at once, but at this point, I think it's maybe just waiting for the next Baron to let Depaul push this game to the end. IIT can't really afford to let that happen, though. They need to be able to look for the engage, but look at that damage from the Zyra. The Liandry is going to be keeping that burn damage alive as well. Finally, we've got 2-3 waves collapsing on here, finally being led through by the Ryze. IIT needs to commit for this play, but Mordekaiser with his ult again, he's going to have his eyes set under Jinx likely again. He doesn't have flash available to go for it, but IIT needs to look for the play soon. If they're looking to give this up, I don't think that's going to be the optimal. The Mordekaiser ult going to be pushing it onto him, but he's going to be taking the brunt of the damage. He's got the passive up, but this is now finally Nexus turrets exposed. Pantheon going to be falling here. Jinx not there to help out, going to be instantly deleted. That's like 300-400 damage taken out from the Ryze for sure. That's going to be game 1 going there in favor for Depaul, 1-0. GG's coming out through chat. Okay, well played there from the Blue Demons to be able to push themselves through to the with that Baron play, taking so many objectives right with that, all at the same time with that 1-3-1 push. IIT not committing themselves, not confident in their own 1-3-1, looking like they wanted to keep themselves balled up to try to be able to engage, but you know, the disengage potential with the Mordekaiser to isolate the Jinx with the Zyra ult and her plantlings, it's too much, unfortunately, for the Hawks to be able to capitalize off that. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I think if they maybe tried to let the Pantheon go against the Rise, maybe with the Yuumi, but in terms of wave clear, IIT just doesn't have that. They needed to look for engages as much as possible. I think we only maybe saw one or two Panth ults being used. I think if the team were able to better coordinate in those kind of settings, that might be what might be able to keep them in the game. But perfect KDA showing up here for the Rise. We don't. I think in the damage charts he wasn't necessarily the highest damage, but he had the potential to do all of that damage. Yeah, MVP's going out for Mordekaiser for sure. Even the 1v1, yeah, Jmar's unfortunately it's just that inability for Yubi to be along with the Jinx as he gets yeeted to the Shadow Realm is it's tough. Here comes the invite for game 2. Excuse me. And looking like Bobby is actually going to be put into play for game 2. So IIT Division going to be putting in a sub here and be putting Bobby in the mid with Despirogi. Meanwhile, going to be following me in the spectator seat. Doesn't look like any roster switch ups for Depaul though. Yeah, it's I think I think what we saw with IIT was just the frustration with the Jinx. I feel like there were definitely the potential with that UB poke to really, if they could commit with the cooldown management on the Zyra, they might have been able to get maybe 1 or 2 kills to keep her just a little bit more relevant. And then a lot of the rotations that IIT did, we saw in that 5-man rotation bot that we saw just like after that, when they committed 5 bot, Depaul's Rise just takes down 2 towers. We saw them when they commit for the Mordekaiser, Depaul takes the Baron. So IIT is committed to calls, but Depaul is also at the ready to just take back whatever advantages. Okay, you do this, well I do that. So, we said it already. IIT will win fights in that setting in skirmishes, not forcing all members to be there, but not letting them fight together. You have the potential with that Zac to split up those fights. IIT needs to be able to take advantage of that. They need to do a better job if they're going to keep a similar kind of comp to protect the Jinx. I think to not allow the Mordekaiser to not allow access into that backline like that. But I think with 2 members diving from IIT, that's I think if Zac maybe plays a more passive role, allows himself to frontline the damage instead of engaging, that might be able to keep the Mordekaiser behind in that particular game. We're using bathrooms, so quick break there from both sides. Not much to do besides wait, I guess. I guess if we do that, I could just go into break right now, and then when they have to finish the champion select and just talk about it, pick spans during the 3-minute delay. I think we'll just stay online here. Anyone that's watching, feel free to chime in if you've got any thoughts about the game, thoughts about my casting. Always welcome for feedback. But let's keep it interactive, right? We want to be trying to see if this new League of Legends teams for IIT this year, we are fielding 3 teams. So last academic year for 2018 to 2019, we saw 4 teams, 1 Division 1, 2 Division 2s, and 1 Division 3. This year we just have a Division 1, a Division 2, and a Division 3. A lot of things happening right now in the collegiate League of Legends scene. The Riot just a couple weeks ago announcing their official format for the games. The most alarming or the biggest change is the allowance now to have 10-man rosters within the comps. So that's going to be really interesting to see how teams are going to adjust to that, right? Normally in the past we've only seen maybe a 5-man team and then 1 or 2 subs, but with a 10 that allows a lot of comp diversity. And the thing is, though, especially in college, I think partly that decision from Riot was due to, I think they were saying, teams, if you have more people in teams, you're less likely to forfeit. Forfeiting games is always the worst. No one likes to see that. I think the League of Legends team did a good job last year about not having any forfeit losses, but yeah, forfeit losses are just like a cheapskate way. They ruin the competitive integrity, right? Like if you get a free win, then you get to advance through into your group stages and whatnot, whereas other teams might have had to work for it. So no one likes to see those. But we're gonna have to see what they do with this 10-man rosters. Hopefully that's going to lead to less forfeits. More interesting comps. We don't want it just to be a 5-man main roster and then 5 bench warmers. That's also not fun. Um, we've seen that those kind of things being done in the LCK region, SKT, with like all of these different types of players in just their main team that they're able to rotate with like so much levels of management. I think like 2 coaches or something like that. So this year, though, I think in terms of management, IIT, they're led by Juan here with their captain. They've got Poro for Division 2 captain, and Division 1 led by Snowdown, who was ADC starting ADC for the past 2 years. So they've got a lot of veterans. They've got people that have been at these teams before, that have taken this captaincy role before. So it's going to be important, that level of experience, that level of knowing how to manage these games, how to manage these kind of collegiate teams in this setting is going to be important. I'm going to take it to a quick break here while we wait for the next games, but once we get the champ select rolling, I'll just come back into the pick ban phase, I believe. So looking like a couple of technical difficulties still coming across for both sides. So until then, we'll get the games rolling shortly. Thanks, everyone. All right, sorry for the short break. I didn't know how long they were going to go for. It looks like all technical issues have been resolved, and we are now into the pick and ban phase. And straight off the bat, brand ban going to be seen here for Depaul. But IIT, from that first game, looks like they are trying to take out the Zyra. The Mordekaiser also being taken out here for Depaul, looking like they're not sure if it's necessarily a shooting themselves in the foot thing, but hopefully that was not intentional. We'll see. I think the Mordekaiser definitely, we saw in the stats, he was showing up with the most damage there for Depaul, and looking like IT just wants to be able to take out just the entire comp that we saw from game 1, looking like they want to opt for a different play style. As we mentioned earlier, we see the roster switch. We see Bobby now onto the Rift here, playing in for mid lane, replacing Despirogi. So gonna have to see what they have in mind for that. Hopefully, the AD Assassin Zed gonna be taken out again here. We've seen that twice now, 2 Zed bans, and that's pretty indicative of normal collegiate settings. It's in the gold and silver like ranks, you're gonna just see those pop off champions like that, like Zed. just being removed from competitive play. No one wants to deal with that in these kind of lower rankings. You know, a lot of the advantages are taken purely just in the solo play. You know, I'm gonna cautiously say that IIT seemed to be on the upper end when it came to fight coordination as a 5-man unit. So it's just really IIT in order to keep themselves into the game, into that early game phases, to keep themselves uh, having to make sure they improve that mechanical prowess to be able to hold themselves in that laning phase, and then I think they might be able to edge out of the competition against Depaul here if they're able to work as that 5-man unit, as we saw through some of those fights in the Dragon Pit. A couple of the picks going to come out now, though. The Darius going to be played here for top lane for Doyu TV. I don't know if that's also his name. Yeah, Doyu TV White Tees. I don't get it. Okay. Anyway, Pantheon going to be taken in for a top lane. Rakan going to be picked here for the support. We're going to be taken again here for Depaul. And we saw you know, he has that advantage with the level clear against like a tanky junglers like Zac, but Vladimir going to be the first phase pick here for Depaul. Going to be having a lot of that AP engage. Having that access to that burst damage to the backline, especially if IIT doesn't keep that in track. But IIT going to round out their first ban phase with the Marksman, Azaya, and Rakan combos. So looking like they're wanting to flex their 2v2 muscles the best way that they can. Sivir and Zyra already taken away here for Depaul, so that we're going to be looking at a completely different bot lane comp. And yeah, you know, is it going to be IIT looking to be on the in the driver's seat in terms of disengage potential? I really want to see if Pantheon's going to be able to use his ult to a lot more with a lot more efficiency. I think we saw it once or twice. It's potent, you know. Rise was respecting it. He was flashing out of it. So gonna have to see what these final bans and gonna come across, though. Fizz gonna be banned here. I think we've seen Bobby play on the Fizz before. Bobby also a veteran member, I think, in his second year with the Hawks here. 2 marksmen now confirmed in the second ban phase here for IIT, both the Sivir and the Caitlyn. And it's gonna be the Zac. So not a lot of picks that we saw from the first game being removed from play here for game 2. Gonna have to make sure that if the Hawks want to do their best, gonna have to try out some new stuff here. So we see J Mars again on the Pantheon, looking like Doyu is telling his team, I'm okay against that matchup, even though he can beat me 1v1. Just do fine in every other lane and we'll be able to be fine. Holy mother of God. The Teemo has come out. The Teemo has come out, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat. I do not know if that was a flex pick, like the placeholder pick, or IIT's actually committing themselves for it. Either way, I respect it. And it's going to actually be the Twitch. Going to be Twitch and Yuumi there for Depaul. So a submarine Twitch with a sneaky Yuumi on top, going to let you land ult straight off, is going to be deadly if IIT gets caught in that. But Xayah with a lot of that disengage with her ult, Rakan as well with his ult to just be able to hopefully get in and out. Greg is going to be hovered here. Looks like it's going to be actually committed here. So we're going to be likely seeing a Greg jungle. A couple more of those rotations will come through. Pantheon mid? Perhaps. No, I think it was a placeholder pick. So looking like the placeholder pick was committed. We're not actually going to be seeing the Teemo. I'll definitely see if we get updated on what the pick will be, but it's likely just going to be. Looking like, yeah, that Teemo was just a placeholder for another mid laner that we didn't know about. And yeah, that's per CSL rules. One of the unique things about Collegiate, and I think I mentioned this in my previous cast for Division 2, you've got not all of the players have like the full set of rosters, and CSL doesn't give any access codes for stuff like that or work with Riot in any official capacity like that. So what you do with these placeholder picks is allow it to just hold a champion in place, but then you just tell the enemy team we meant this. So one of the things to be thankful for though is that that doesn't happen anymore in Division 1 play. Division 1 play for CLOL, Riot actively works with the colleges to give them all of the registered players official access codes to be able to unlock all champions, which is great. Teemo ban coming out of all things. But hopefully we're going to go under a much faster pick ban phase. But we've seen mistakes happen where sometimes people just accidentally pick something because they forget about the pick ban order. So yeah, it's going to be, if I remember correctly, we see the Twitch Yuumi. So the Rakan Xayah against that, it's all about, Rakan will definitely have the ability to engage in fights a lot faster than Yuumi. If she misses her cube, that's going to instantly just put IIT in the driver's seat, looking for an engage. Looking like the flex pick was actually going to be for the Vi. So Vi, I'm not sure if the Gragas was also a placement pick. We'll see shortly. Gragas mid, we have seen that. I'm not sure though if that's going to be the actual word though. No, it looks like it actually was 2 placement picks though. So it's going to be Vi jungle, Galio mid. And so Vi clearing is, I think, Ward still edges out on that. But Vi with her level 6 is going to be able to basically hone in any member that's not Vlad. And with Galio synergy with his ult perhaps is going to be able to land for some nasty wackos. Galio Vlad though matchup is going to be definitely annoying for the Gargoyle. Looking like though it's going to be a pretty pretty big bruiser fight. So again, Depaul not going to have much access to their backline, unfortunately, this time around, like we saw with the Mordekaiser. But this will be all about how beefy the front line is for both for IIT in order to let their Xayah just wail on the enemy front line. Yuumi though with her ult on top of the Twitch, if IIT is able to burst down that Twitch fast enough, that's going to be where the real advantage is going to be taken. I'm likely IIT's win condition again is going to be all in that skirmish potential. Pantheon Vi works great together. Vi Galio also works pretty well together with the CC chain. So again, if in a 5v5 setting, I think as long as IIT is able to split up the fights, they can probably be able to edge out this win. But we saw, First Bloods didn't come out until really late into the game, until like that level 6 moment. So it's looking like we might be seeing a similar playstyle, but we're going to be taking ourselves into spectator delay right now. So I'm going to give a short break here. When we come back, game 2 on its way. Alrighty, we are back into the game. Timer has cut down to 0. Quick change of logos. Depaul will now be playing on blue side. Give me a second. And there we go. So, Depaul putting themselves onto the map early with the 1-0. IIT with their backs against the wall. Going to have to look at the reverse sweep in a best-of-3 match here against the Blue Demons. So, we've got Darius, Warwick, Vladimir, Twitch, Yumi here for the Depaul. And we've got Pantheon, Vi, Galio, Zaya, Rakan here for IIT. A couple things to note. Roster change here. We do see now Bobby on the Galio. One thing I noticed with Dispierogi in his game 1, we saw the Z ban come out. If he's listening on this chat, word of advice is to not have your profile picture be Z so that they don't know that you want to actually play the champ. I kid. Just being friendly. Gonna get ourselves into the game now, though. IIT, though, again, must-win condition here for them. A lot of different roster changes. We do see Jamar still here onto the Pantheon. We do still see the Warwick being shown here for Depaul. So a couple of comfort picks making themselves known here. Again, all of that access to the backline is available for IIT. They have the tools to break up those kind of fights. But Depaul, though, if they're able to get themselves working together as a 5-man unit, they're also going to be lethal in these fights. So as we get ourselves onto the Rift, looking like a pretty standard approach here. Paul taking a couple members here all along the entrance to the red buff. It looks like nothing more to show for. I think I saw Rakan with a Frostfang earlier. He's actually going to be switching that out for an Ancient Coin. I agree. Ancient Coin's definitely really good for just gold income as well as the mana sustain in lane. But, you know, the only time he's going to be able to shoot out Qs is going to be at Twitch, likely. Unless the Yumi ever gets herself unattached to him. Warwick not going for pots, going for the Rejuvenation Bead. That's fine. Doran's for both the shield, for both the Vladimir and Twitch. Interesting for the Twitch, so he's definitely looking like he's giving respect to the to IIT's bot lane, making sure that he's just going to keep himself sustained in the lane. So likely a much more backseat style of fighting here for as opposed to what we saw in the game 1 with the Sivir Zyra combination. Hopefully that poison doesn't kill. Ooh, 4 HP, not even close, baby. Was a little bit worried there, but yep. Once again, both junglers opting to finish up onto their blue side. Onto their bot side. Yumi poke not going to land. A couple of autos from Twitch, though, keeping them a little bit of a disadvantage. Knock up from Rakan, not going to land. He's going to be taking a decent amount of damage. But IIT pretty relentless in trying to get themselves established here with their first push. Rakan already having to pop an early pot. Not going to actually land there with the harass. With his W up now. Could be looking for another quick engage. Level 2 going to be coming across here as, I think, first for IIT. If he commits for this minion, you got to make him pay for it. Meanwhile, the 1v1, Pantheon taking dangerously low. One more auto could do it. Going to force it, flash. First blood coming in for IIT. Look at that. Alrighty, so well-predicted flash from J Mars there is able to dodge the Darius windup. Quick Qs to the face, and the tower will quickly finish him off to get himself onto the board. And CS count is going to help a lot. Wave here, pushing though. Warwick looking for his own flash of his own. Not going to be taking a tower shot of his own. One more play will do it. 2 kills there coming in for the Pantheon. That's going to be well played there for J Mars again. Forcing the Warwick to use both of his flashes, going to leave Vi here with the lane superiority. The Scuttle finally spawning as well. We saw Warwick able to take 2 Scuttles earlier with the first push. He might actually... Oh, nope, just putting a ward there for a little bit of vision control. And if Vi finishes the Scuttle and looks for a gank as Darius is pushing, he's going to be super behind. No TP as well. Let's keep ourselves in mind of that. Wait a second. Sorry. So much stuff happening in this game. IIT is ready for this. So a quick rewind back. We just saw Zai get a Twitch kill. Looking like they're committing it onto Yumi. She's isolated, unattached. A nice stun there from Xayah. Well played from Pirate Windows. Able to get it. The Ignite going to also help as well. No healing. Xayah actually also not using the heal as well. So Vi going to get herself right out of lane. Not too much commentary yet onto the mid lane. Looking like Galio should be okay in the meantime, though. And yeah, well played for the Hawks there. They take the early advantage, but we see Vi coming all the way around. I'm not sure about that flash. Seemed questionable. Let me take a quick rewind. I want to see what finished her off. So yeah, after she came over, she just went for the gank, and looking like IIT made the right call here. Her Q gonna land. No summoners onto this. Just wait for the Q. What? Oh my god, that's frustrating to watch, especially. Looking like Orima just going there for the safety secure. Yeah, Doyu definitely going to be put super behind there. Another kill going on to Pantheon is going to let him start to have that bounty gold in place. 2 longswords there for Xayah as she gets herself back to lane. 2 rejuvenation beads there for the Darius, as he's going to have to slowly meander his way back to the lane. Meanwhile, keeping our eyes onto Vladimir. Galio back at full health, having to pop a couple of pots though. He's going to be okay, doing a nice job pushing his minions up to the front line. And yeah, one thing with the Galio is you're very rarely going to have to worry about dying 1v1, especially against that kind of comp. Yuumi going to push herself right in front of Rakan. That's pretty bold. But we've got Warwick finishing up his Krugs now. Able to, and I mention it every time because I just learned this fact, so I'm just going to spout that knowledge, but Krugs gives the most XP. Today I learned 2 wards being put into place there, looking like a little bit of bot lane miscoordination, but that's okay. Ward going to be showing up all the way in the top side here in the Raptors. Bunch of skirmishes happening here between, but Galio going to be just fine. Meanwhile, yeah, let's keep our eyes onto the Pantheon to make sure, because that guy is going to be providing a lot of trouble for the Hawks. Excuse me, for Depaul, as he's going to have the Dirk already with a ton of damage. He already is confident enough in that engage. Just a WQ already taking 1/3 of his health away. Vi looking around here for a little bit, snooping around. Not going to be seen by any wards, but going to get herself right back out. Finish the Wolves, will likely look for something in the top side coming up. Level 5 now coming out here for the Hawks, as they are pushing themselves at around a 2k advantage here at the 6-minute mark. Looking like, yeah, that kills is offsetting Warwick to just get to his level 6 as fast as possible. But IIT confident in pushing all of their lanes ahead right now. Darius relegated all the way to the behind the turret, not even wishing to face up against the Pantheon. So IIT with this early lead, what are they going to be able to do with it? One more clear with the should be able to get Vi to level 6, just even with the Warwick actually, despite the kill. So she's going to be roaming around a little bit, trying to see what vision she can put in. Hold on a bit. We see the commitment that they have for the 2v2 skirmish. IIT looking like they come out on top of that. Just barely, maybe. But again, it's all about that level 6 advantage, I think, that Xayah might have in order to be able to take the game all the way through. But no pots available. Meanwhile, Yuumi with 3 is going to keep her healthy enough. She's going to pop right out, launch an auto just to say hi. Not much that IIT can do about it. She's actually going to be taken pretty low. Warwick here with a gank of his own, looking like he wants to capitalize on it. And IIT's Depaul's going to be pushing themselves right back up if IIT falls for this, though. They're going to be in a pretty big spot of trouble. Vi now finally level 6 advantage here with the Krugs again. Highest XP, as I might mention again. Forcing Darius, though, all the way back to the turret. Flash still available for him, though. Warwick going to be doing his Krugs of his own. Finally going to be able to reach level 6. Xayah now at level 6. But so it looks like they want to be going for the engage, but IIT sees that the Warwick is here. Who's going to be disengaging first? Oh, going to be landing onto Rakan. Decent amount of disengage. Couple forcing the flash from the Twitch. Going to launch the heal, but not the flash. Good for Pirate Windows to have the discipline to hold on to that. Fast recall back to with Rakan. Gonna get them away from it? Or they want to keep for it? No. So looking like IIT still wants to be keeping themselves here with it. You know, Yuumi with her Ignite with... Okay, they're just gonna commit for this wave. That's not bad. That's good, that's good. So, with the recall, bot lane going to come back, but with that gank, Orima taking quick advantage of it. Keep our eyes on that. With the blue clear, it's going to be walking out just as the Warwick sees it. He's going to be like, wait, what happened? Ping? Question mark ping? She's going to walk right in front of this Warwick. Both junglers see each other. They know that Warwick's going to be around top side. Vi wants to look on the gank on her own. Does Pantheon have to ult? Not looking like they're going to commit that hard for it, but he's going to walk right up into that. He's going to walk right back out. So, no pings yet. TP used from Twitch to get himself back to lane, but not to too much of an advantage. This is just going to push the wave right into IIT's favor. Actually, if Vi kind of paths herself all the way around, and if Pantheon lives through this 1v2 gank, he should be okay. This might be able to have Vi be the key player to get bot lane, to get themselves ahead. Rakan, though, doing a little bit of some pretty selfish lane clearing, honestly. Takes a turret shot in Penance still, so... yeah, Rakan not in a situation that he wants to be. Losing definitely a lot of XP, though. Forcing to flash. Yeah, this is not good. IIT needs to be more respectful for... Needs to definitely be more respectful for that kind of play. Little bit of mishap within the warding for the jungles, but it's going to be clear now for Vi to look for any potential ganks. Yumi's going to be going in first. Do they want to go for the engage? Vi is level 6. She's going to walk out. They're going to see her. No more action taken. But with Xayah being so low, looking like they're probably going to have to go for a quick recall. I don't think that IIT's in a spot to look for a gank unless they operate for the lane push. IIT looking like they need to make sure that they are still pushing their advantage where they can, but Xayah unfortunately too low. It's going to force her to just start the blue buff again on her own. Ping's coming out from her. They want to be doing their best to try to track the Vi. But look at the Xayah. She's taken so low in submarine mode. Twitch not going to be helping much either. Forcing the flash. Forcing her ult already. Sorry. It's going to be 2 kills. The TP, though, not going to be enough, I think. The ult going to be landing onto the Twitch. They're trying to get what damage they can. That's going to be able to get the kill onto there. One more kill onto the ward could do it. The damage is going to be coming through, but Rakan with the double buff, not going to be enough, I think. Too many members of IIT taken down from the fight way too early, but they look like they want to keep themselves with the engage. Rakan with his W going to be up in 3 seconds. Not sure they're going to commit any more to that. So, in the end, though, I think IIT... Depaul comes out with that advantage. Just only in the bot lane, I think it was even in the top lane we saw the Pantheon fall, unfortunately. In a 1v1 situation, it must have been a turret dive. We can definitely look back at that later, maybe. But looking like Jamar still wants to press his advantage where he can. Level advantage here going to help a little bit. But looking like he's just going to let the wave push. I'm not sure about this. Looking like Darius is, even without the one item, is going to be able to last on his own. Corrupting Potion and Refillable is going to be used, but looking like J Mars is not as strong as he think he is, unfortunately. Warwick going to be coming in for his play of his own, is going to be able to get the hook. Going to have to try to see, but Flash coming in from Warwick to secure the kill. Only going to be a formality at this point. Going to be one more auto taken into for the Darius, and Darius is right back into the game with only that's 700 gold balls. Hold on a second. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh good god. Yeah, IIT, unfortunately, Xayah trying to do the 1v1, but without the vision in the bush, takes 1 or 2 extra autos from the Twitch here. So, but in the meantime, IIT Orima is still trying to press his advantage where he can. So, taking the dragon, invading the Warwick's jungle, but Warwick's going to trade back by taking the Rift Herald now. And IIT doesn't look like they can respond. red buff is available for Warwick, but Vi going to be walking through a ward. They know that she's there, but Warwick's going to be able to take the Rift Herald on his own. Yeah, look at this. Vi should not be just walking around like that. They need to make a clear, concise play. Going to be walking in a ward, and Vi is wasting so much time, unfortunately, here. Yeah, nothing for her here in the blue camp, so she's just been spending the past minute just walking into lane, unfortunately. Spotted by the ward again. Galio going for the engage, but we're even not going to be helping out. She's going to finally be able to... Yeah, look at this. 200 gold lead now for Warwick, so jungling here for IIT needs to be taking more priority into the map knowledge in terms of where to press their advantages. Looking like she wants to be hovering around the bot side because bot lane is finally falling a little bit behind here, though. So no first towers yet. So IIT is kind of in this delicate position where they need to look for Vi for an engage, but Vi needs to commit for that play. J-Mars versus versus Darius, looking like both sides are pretty even, but Pantheon's pretty low on mana. Vi coming around, Depaul thinking that they might have an inkling for it coming through, but still in this bot lane, both sides keeping even. A much better improvement, but hold on. We see the flash unavailable here for the Darius, looking like they should be able to get this kill. No! No! Oh my god. Okay, that's unfortunate. So, I'd be so tilted if I was IIT from that play. So much I think they were trying to give the kill to J-Mars, but then they just weren't able to coordinate it. Regardless, no kill, but first tower. And Bobby is freaking shrekking this Vladimir. So even building the Hex doing work for him here with to keep him healthy. He's going to be responding in her camp, but he's already going to be taken out of the fight. Wait a second. Twitch going to be using his ult early. IIT going to be taking complete control of that fight now. So a little bit of coordination, but I'm more mad probably than those guys are watching that gank. Galio going to be taking a little bit of turret damage just from that auto, unfortunately. Looking like they want to commit for the dive. No, the stun not actually going to be landing. But the Galio is going to be taking the brunt. Nice flash there from the Galio to avoid the damage. The damage is going to be coming through, but Galio going to be taken super low. Looking for a damage, just a little bit coming through. Not enough health to last against that, unfortunately. It's going to be trading it for 1-for-1. But that's going to delay the Rift Herald even longer. IIT might have to selfishly look for the engage here. Well played for the bait here. Well played. Yeah, if nobody saw that, Vlad's double buff full health sees the Pantheon. And it's like, you know what? This looks yummy. Nah, goodbye. And the E is going to help reduce any of that coming through, and the red buff just going to clear him off. Well played there from Hawks. Good use of coordinating their vision and coordinating their abilities together. Now, as the Hawks are looking for another engage potential here, Pantheon going to be coming in through, followed up with the Vive. We talked about this. Finding these skirmishes is where IIT excels in, where IIT Division 3 excels in. Going to be taking that Twitch, and the Bear Rift Herald going to be losing its usefulness shortly. Is probably going to have to force the war to probably launch it in the bot lane. But meanwhile, IIT taking complete control of this red map area. Going to have to force to use it here with the timer. Only going to be buying a little bit of time for this for the fight. Sorry. I thought I saw Galio fighting. And yeah, IIT taking complete control. Why do we keep seeing these double wards? I don't get it. You shouldn't do that. They're going to be able to get the Herald finished off before he even lands anything onto the tower. Turret plating is gone. One tower here in favor for the Hawks. Vi looking for an engage of her own. Q going to go right through that blood pool. Couple of wards there. They do know that IIT is 3-man strong here. Galio now going to be looking for a 1v1 of his own. Can he win? That's what I'm interested about, because he only has the ninja, only MR available, but this Galio damage is coming through, maybe? I don't know. Oh no, yeah, that's gonna kill him. He looks healthy because of the stupid MR shield, dude. It's such a bait. Rakan looking for an ult of his own. Going to be coordinated. No ability. No, oh god. The Yuumi, Vi going to be trying to land what damage she can. She's putting it all in. Knock up there. Not going to be able to get the warrior, having to force himself to flash out. Pretty slapdash fighting. I'm not sure about the trying to start off with the quickness first, but IIT still trying to look for advantages where they can. But in the meantime, yeah, it looked promising, but Zion just not able to reach that backline yet. So, in terms of gold, though, yeah, Jmar's with 1.3 ahead is going to be, and the gold lead also coming back into favor of the Hawks. It looks like pretty much so. 2K gold lead here. Going to be taking the dragon slowly but surely. Mountain definitely going to be helping out as only one turret has fallen. So IIT definitely looks like they need to pressure this. But hold on, the Vi is going to be fighting against Vladimir. It's only 700 health. Can he finish it? He is. IIT can't coordinate with their junglers, and Galio now going to be caught into a fight here, but IIT wants to be engaging into this. They're going to be committing a lot of resources here. Vi with her ult finally coming back, going to be getting to Twitch. Pantheon now falling into place as well, leaving Darius to be taking this tower on his own. Can IIT find anything else? The flash engage going to force the Vlad to pull, but IIT can dive this. They must coordinate it together though. Galio going to be going first, taking up that damage. He has his W available. No blood pool is going to be making quick work. 1 or 2 autos will be able to take it. One more, and it's not going to be able to help out here, but not too bad of an engage. Just going to have the Darius in the meanwhile pressing his advantage with the tier 2 tower, but Vi here is going to be able to respond to that, hopefully before too much damage. Probably only about half left, and that'll be turret for 2 turrets. Darius able to take tier 1 and almost all of tier 2, while IIT is able to trade back with theirs. Quick recall with Desire Rakan, going to get them back into the lane, but Pantheon caught out here, unfortunately. I think trying to set up some vision for the red buff or something. What is going through his mind? What are the Hawks trying to do? I think he wanted to just try to see if he could just walk all the way back to lane, but a pretty selfish approach here. Yeah, just is going to let them take a free kill and bounty gold as well. If it goes to Twitch, yeah, that's not going to help things at all. So that puts Twitch now in the driver's seat. And in the meantime, yeah, IIT just not coordinating their fight at all together. Like, even with Jinx getting at least 6, 7, 8 autos, it just does nothing for the Hawks here. Forcing the flash as well, and that's going to be another crucial summoner being used with Baron up. Quick clear if this could let will likely have Depaul push their advantage here for the tier 1 bottom, and this puts now only the gold lead at a 1k advantage. So Depaul already beginning to catch up. If they let that Darius get too much of an advantage, they're going to be spelling out in trouble. Yeah, now only 400 gold behind from the Pantheon. It is close, is what I will say. Gold advantage, largely also due to the ancient coin. IIT trying to establish vision where they can. A little bit of haphazard pings coming across. They don't know what they really want to commit. Tier 1 still holding strong for both mid lanes, for mid lane for both teams. Ward looking like he's going to be addressing the Pantheon. Sorry, I'm just going to keep fast forwarding. But looking like they want to be committing, looking like the play is going to be committing it for mid. Vi just here to provide some harass, but Yuumi ult going to be negating a lot of damage, but that ult is still available. Finally going to be taken down. Flash is coming. Okay, I need to stop. Sorry. Okay, they commit very heavily. Wait, she gets interrupted from the Vlad coming through. IIT is just looking like they want to just keep themselves to the turret, but this is going to let... They dive for the Twitch. He flashes right out. The turret is still alive. And IIT lose so much out from that play. One Panth auto is going to get the quadra kill for the Twitch. And IIT, unfortunately, yeah. That gap is going to let them close out for the Baron. Jesus, slash all. Good. Good God. And yeah, that was basically a 3-5 fight, I think. Just IIT trying to commit themselves for the tower, but still wanting to fight. So their team is, I don't think they were committed. Like, I think it was only a half and half. So that's going to be Baron. That might be a inhib tower. Yeah, they'll be healthy enough for it with the Mountain Drake to help things along. And yeah, that's going to, once again, probably be the Baron advantage. Probably going to be the 1-3-1 advantage there for Depaul. Getting ourselves a quick fast forward. And IIT loses so much from that. 3k now being 3k gold deficit being used, but they're going to try to see what they can get back here. Not much. Darius going to have to use his ghost and his flash. Will help speed up the fight a little bit for his potential, but IIT going to try to see what they can take back. Smite going to be securing the dragon, but the damage coming through is already going to be taking out Desire. She's not going to have much. Vlad going to be diving right into there. This could spell IIT's loss here. Too many members taken out already from the fight. Just that Twitch quadra kill already pushing out so much. 5k now in advantage here for Depaul. Yeah, that turret dive, unfortunately, it provided, I think, so much shutdown gold as well. So it's going to be probably an inhib that we're going to be seeing falling down here. And probably tier 2 mid. So IIT, they need to definitely try to stop the bleeding. Try to not look for fights again in that 5v5 situation. They had the advantage with Darius forcing out his flash, but right after the dragon, I think they needed to either commit to leaving or leave whoever commits for it and die and to their death, because committing for that fight with empowered minions and Baron buff, not the way that IIT should be looking to fight. Inhib exposed now for the bottom tier, and yes, now pushing themselves to 6k gold with, I think during that duration, like 5 towers falling in favor for IIT. That led to the coordination. But IIT still relentless. They want to be just trying whatever they can do to displace the members where they can. Able to get the shutdown, trading it 1-for-1 currently. Pantheon still walking back to lane. I don't know if he's respecting this Twitch. I don't think he is. So they force themselves on him, able to get the kill. But again, another 1-for-1 trade is going to be able to take out J-Mars. Xayah is healthy, but a Vlad dive, especially AP, is going to not be able to help. They're likely going to have to concede this turret. Oh, taking a bunch of damage though. Galio now back into the game though. Going to be able to help, likely looking to stop Depaul's push any further. Empowered cannon minions though, still doing so much damage there. Pirate Windows is doing damage, but, you know, against the Twitch now with so much of that advantage, it'll likely have him edge out in a full-on ADC fight. Bruisers are not able to, need to be able to focus on him. Going to fearing the Rakan, able to catch out the Warwick, so stopping the bleeding a little bit, pushing the gold lead now back to 5k. I think earlier we saw maybe 7k, so good job on IIT to be able to keep track of it. Inhibs are still up, so IIT does still have the chance to come back with this. This is definitely the game. What a way to start off the game for the 2019-2020 year, for their first game for the Hawks. I guess these Game 2 comebacks are just something of note, because when I wasn't there to cast the Game 2 for IIT's Division 2 team, but apparently they were able to come back with a Galaxy Brain Veigar pick, so taking ourselves close here to the wire. Reaching that near late game, definitely out of the mid-game phase now here for reaching the 27-minute mark, so IIT looking like they're still confident in fighting. So this is kind of like the that Gambit game that we saw. Just smash their heads, always had their jungle engaged, and something will happen eventually. And here we go. Going to be able to land the taunt onto the pool. Going to force him to pull out, but this is dangerous. They're flashing themselves here for the Twitch. Twitch having to force himself to flash out. 5-man still strong. Another stun here is going to be able to slowly have them look for the re-engage. Another knockup for the Twitch from Device, going to have him taken so close to dying, but IIT still able to fight and push themselves now to only a 2k. IIT with their confident in their 5v5, confident in their engaged potential. forcing out so many summoners right there in that fight. Twitch without his as well, without heal, means that he is a sitting duck without his Yuumi. Do IIT want to commit for this push? Those members are low. IIT looking like they're going to take what they can, take the turret, take the 4 kills, and reset the game. So, Baron buff no longer available for either side. We are now pretty much looking at a even game. Wait for IIT to stick with it. Well played from the Hawks there. Xayah coming out with her items, Rapid Fire, Essence Reaver, IE, and looking like she's going for a crit item soon. I don't know what you build with Brawler's Gloves and Dagger besides statics. Maybe it is. Dragon, though, going to spawn quickly, though, for Depaul, and they have established division, but look at IIT. They're setting themselves up for the Baron. Should be spawning shortly. I don't have that timer available, unfortunately. They're hitting out the control wards. Baron is going to be spawning 3k health for this Dragon. It's going to let them take it down. A Cloud Drake maybe going to help them get to it, but they are committing for this Dragon. It's going to be Rakan starting it off. He has the vision of the Darius. Darius going to be slowly making himself in. He starts off with this ult. That's going to be unfortunate because they need that ult for a team fight. I don't think this is good for IIT for a fight anymore now. Yuumi going to be starting her ult off, going to be getting the knockup onto the Twitch, but look at that Twitch with the damage. IIT not being able to continue on anymore. A nice ult from it. Can he finish it off? The Baron still helping out. She needs one more auto. One more auto! But the flash from the Vlad is going to delete that Xayah. So she respected the Pantheon to be able to finish it off. But yeah, Rakan needing better discipline with the ult, trying to do too much of a wombo. I think just a W knockup would be enough to scare the Darius, and then you save the ult against the enemy team, unfortunately. So this is going to be 10-second timer. It's going to be the first one for Vi. I think it should be able to get them this first inhib turret, unfortunately. Another exposed one here for the bot side, but I don't think they're going to go for it. So close fight there for the Hawks, but they needed to have better discipline. They all disengaged for that Darius. I think if they waited for the Darius to go all the way to the Baron pit so that he wouldn't have his teammates be able to help him out, but you know, in the heat of the moment, these are the kind of small misplays that IIT needs to make sure that they sharpen up on for sure in order to see if we can go to that game 2. Depaul now with the vision control of the Baron. Only one ward here going to be able to spot that Twitch. They know that he's not there yet. He's going to go invisible. Vi's going to be trying to see what she can do. She's putting herself in a precarious position. Going to not have her Q available. She's going to be caught out. Forcing the Warwick to ult is going to have no smite available. And looking like they can start to take this Baron. If they get control of it, this could be the end for IIT, and looking like they have no way of getting themselves back in this game with the empowered minions. It's going to be Baron secure, Baron power play again for Depaul here. Crucial for IIT to not lose that vibe, but just that ult trade-off is going to give so much of an advantage now for Depaul as we see the lead start to grow, as we see that gap start to widen again here. Pantheon still looking to want to do the engages that he can, but this is a 3v4 match. Rakan invisible again, able to get a knockup. Where's the rest of his team? Pantheon able to be spotted out. Darius maybe trying to bait a flash W scare onto the Xayah, but she didn't even have flash to avoid it if she did. Going to be another inhib falling by, doing her best to try to hold the Vladimir at bay, but the Baron buff is still at its infancy, so there's still got a lot of time. She forces the ult here. Galio power play going to be doing so much damage here, forcing the GA out. He has the W unavailable. Need to be able to burst that Twitch down. It's going to be him on him first. Xayah, Rakan going to be able to get out, but in the meantime, look at the Darius finishing off this inhib. So that's going to be 3 inhibs still with the Baron on certain members. So IIT able to get the kills, but losing out on the objective control again. And so what's IIT got left in the bag here? We are nearing the late game where IIT needs Executioners, looking like it's going to be on the Pantheon and side. They just need to have the ability to look for those all-ins, to look for those fighting. So they're just hedging their bets right now. But yeah, looking at it, it's the 3K gold advantage now for Vlad. Vlad is scary, but that's really where all of their fighting power is going to be behind. So again, it's going to be crucial. I don't think IIT maybe has the luxury maybe of doing the death ball comp as much anymore with that Twitch. Having to be able to take out picks quickly is going to be likely what's going to be what gets them the win across the game, win across the map here. Super minions here converging onto the base, pretty in sync. So IIT looking like they're going to have to look for the one more fight with the Baron buff still into play here. And that's going to be dangerous here for the Hawks. Top lane finally going to start crashing within the next second. Nexus turrets are healthy, though. So they have the wave clear. They have the access to be able to get across themselves here. Twitch looking for a little bit of harass. He's going to be all the way in the back line. But it's minions aren't collapsing at the same time. If this is the fight, they've got one chance for it. Knockup going to be landing. Not going to be getting any members yet. First kill's coming across. Going to be Jamerth able to get the Twitch. Zaya going to be super low. He's going to be taken out, though. That's going to be one kill there for them. And still with the Baron push, they're looking to close out this game. Too low for IIT to be able to handle. It's still going to be the members from Depaul looking like they're going to be closing out this game. They're trying to do it, but the Vlad is just too tanky, too much sustain, and that's going to be the GG's coming across. Well played from Depaul. What a throw, unfortunately. That's a disappointing game, definitely for the Hawks. Definitely sore. Losing out purely just because of the inhibs opening up just the minion control. Yeah, taking a look, it's really not necessarily the gold advantage. It's the 6K, but most of it's on the Galio. In terms of items, though, you have the Twitch building out his final. Zaya is pretty even 15, 1.2, so a component. And then unfortunately Rakan doesn't matter what items he has per se, it's just all about the knockup potential. But J Mars, even with his executioners, giving a couple of crucial kills away, I think. A lot of those small misplays, right? We saw Devi trying to take out the Baron ward and then gets caught with the Warwick ult. We saw the dive onto the tier 1 tower, giving the quadra kill to Twitch. Just small pushes when IIT thinks that they can do is it definitely needs to make sure that when they review this game, have to reevaluate their ability to set up fights. I think taking fights, they're definitely in the taking fights, they're able to execute them, I think, properly. They have the right shot calls to get the Twitch, to worry about the Zaya later, to have their backline access it. But it's those small setup plays I think we see, setting it up for that tier 1 dive, setting it up for the Baron, needing to make sure that IIT's on the same page for that. And that largely comes down to communication, I think. You got to make sure that Vi is telling her team, hey, I'm going to do this. But then the team has to warn her. It's like, hey, you know what? We don't see these guys. We do see these guys, right? I think they saw the Twitch there. I don't think they were expecting it to Warwick. So, that's just definitely a tough game to swallow for sure for IIT. Definitely I think they had the potential to come across, but looking like a first week starting on the negative here, unfortunately, for the Hawks. So that's going to take us back to the spectate screen. Scores coming in across. 2-0 in favor for DePaul University's DePaul Blue Demons 3. And IIT Division 3 will be taking their start of the season at 0-1. I think that's going to be cutting it off for today. Definitely appreciate everyone coming by for the stream to watch the games. Appreciate DePaul for sending me their logo. Definitely helps things out a bit, make it look a little bit nicer. If you're new to us watching, be sure to subscribe, follow, like, all of that stuff on our social media, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of that stuff. Really, really big community that's led by the students, so they're the ones that are calling the shots in terms of what we do. So yeah, trying to build out the program where we can. Lots of things happening all the time. So that'll do it for us today, though. Elvin Moy, signing off.